Hey guys, it's Zeltzin here and welcome back to another video. So in this video I'll talk about my initial impressions of this iPhone 14 Pro. Since I never made an impressions video, I made an ASMR unboxing video which you can go and watch right up here. I'll talk about my lock screen setup, my apps that I use, the widgets that I have on my home screen, and talk about the overall impressions of this phone in terms of performance. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Well, I bought this phone in space black because it's absolutely gorgeous, and it was a no-brainer because I've been using this old Android phone for the past 6 years and it's black too. So yeah, I didn't went for deep purple because it's just not my color. The phone is quite heavy than what I'm used to. Since these 3 days of using it, I'm slowly getting used to it. But then holding this after holding an iPhone 12 or even my old phone, this just feels quite heavy. The dynamic island is a great feature to hide that awful pill and makes it useful. However, sadly not many apps use it. But over time, it will become an amazing island to live on as more developers makes app much more compatible with this design. The always on display is not bad, but not a killer feature. So I just turned it off since I want to reduce my screen time rather than just being distracted by the screen as if I got a notification. Next thing that is an absolute essential for your phone is a screen protector and a case. I have 2 cases, a really good ultra hybrid case from Spigen. This is a non-MagSafe model as I never use wireless charging, but this case is really well built. It feels durable and safe while holding the phone. The buttons are quite tactile and good, and the slim design really keeps it quite slim, obviously. I also got this cheaper version of original Apple silicone cases. It does the same job, has soft material inside and grip is nice too, but it doesn't hold the phone as well as the Spigen case. So talking about the setup now, initially I transferred most of the data from this phone to this one using the Move to iOS app, which was quite easy. I only moved my contacts and emails and all that stuff. I didn't move my photos because I don't want to fill my phone with older photos because I use a hard disk to back up my older photos. Now let's talk about the lock screen here. I have multiple of them. I don't own any of these wallpapers, so the link of the creators are down below in the description. The first one is the Darth Vader one. It's blue, but I used a filter to make it look black and white and is one of my go-to wallpapers. I got this one from Zedge. If you don't know about this app, then you should. Go to Zedge website and type anything you want and you'll get these cool wallpapers. Next, just go to downloads and save it to your phone. I also have 2 more Darth Vader wallpapers. This other one was initially blue and pink, but I changed it to black and white and it's great to hide that island at night and to have relaxing viewing sessions. Next one is the Astronaut one. It's a very fun one where you have this cool effect of astronaut using the dynamic island as binoculars. I have the color wash filter to make it blue, which looks even better than the original one, but I have the link in the description for this as well. Next one is again from Zedge, the Black Panther one and the Iron Man one. Both have a depth effect to it, which looks cool, but I don't really use them that much because I do have it because it looks really cool. The next and my favorite one is a photo taken from Zeltzin. I have her link in the description, which looks really good. It has a really nice contrast in colors and looks great. The creator shared the link on Twitter, so do check her wallpapers out. Link to this one is also in the description. Now, as you can see, I don't have any widgets on my home screen. The reason I don't have them because I don't use the always on display, as I said before. And to be honest, I just swipe up and that's it. I'm at my home screen. So I don't really need those lock screen widgets because initially it's just clean and there's nothing here and it's totally, refreshing just to have my timer here and the date showing up rather than having so many widgets here. Actually just 2 widgets, but still, yeah. Now looking into the apps I use, they're pretty standard. Starting with the first page, I have two widgets. One is a stack which has temperature, 4 clocks, and a calendar. The next widget is the Tick app, which is great for planning out your day and just jotting down any tasks you have. Very simple app to use, so I would 100% recommend to anyone. Next are the same old socialization apps and Slack. I also have Notion. If you don't already know about it, it's the best note-taking app out there, so it's really worth checking out. On the next page, I have another Notion widget to show me recently opened notes, while below I have my usual normal apps again, while also having Yahoo Mail widget to show me any mail that I've got. I also have this Google News feed. Last page is just for the extra apps. The interesting apps are Lightroom, which I use for photo editing, and Canva to make thumbnails sometimes. Otherwise, I use Photoshop on my laptop usually. That was all about the lock screen and the setup that I have. It's just 3 pages, and the app library, this one is just for overflowing apps, but I will have a separate settings video coming up soon on the channel, so it's better if you subscribe so you can see the settings that you need to have on your iPhone 14 Pro. Now, talking about the overall performance on this phone, it has been really good. It's a really good device. It's again a really good tool that you can use to create really good content and do most of the work done on your phone. And you can literally use any phone these days to get your work done, but this is absolutely great. And the main highlight of this phone was actually the cameras. The cameras are really good. I will also have an in-depth camera review of this phone, but overall, just briefly comparing it to the iPhone 12 that I'm shooting with, this phone is a game changer. The lenses, the camera setup is absolutely great, and I will have a full in-depth camera review coming up soon. This phone has been really great in terms of performance. I never had that many bugs. I had few bugs in the camera app where some macro controls weren't showing up, and that was during the night mode. But overall, using third-party apps, using TikTok, Instagram, photos, nothing happened that you people usually reported when the phone came out 1 month ago. But I got this phone 1 month later, and it's running the iOS 16.0.2. It's running the iOS 16.0.3 actually. And most of the bugs are solved, but Apple will be releasing the iOS 16.1 really soon. So that's again something to look out for and worth the wait, because they will be fixing a lot of the problems that the initial iOS 16 had. That was the battery issue and all of that stuff. But overall, in my experience, I had a decent battery life, and it was really good because I was using Lightroom. I was going to many social media apps that I had open in the background, and I was also making thumbnails on it, and I was also shooting some videos and taking a lot of photos, and I still had some battery left in the end of the day, almost like 15 to 10%, let's say. But again, I would have to charge, but it really shows that it's an all-day phone that you can use once it's charged, that you can use all day without having to charge it again. But mostly it has been a really good experience, and I will have a full review of this phone's camera, the phone itself, and what was my experience when I moved from Android to the iOS after 6 years. So it's worth checking out, and if you like the video, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It's free, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.